Speaking and communication skills not only have an effect on one's popularity, but also on one's earnings power. A study by the U.S Purdue University, which consistently tracked and monitored the university's graduates for more than 5 years, found a surprising result. Those who were good communicators earned about 15% more per year compared to those who excelled academically, and about 33% more than those who were not. There is a strong correlation between earning power and the ability to express oneself. People who can talk know how to get people to gather around them and are also good at interpersonal relationships. In other words, speaking and communication skills will affect your earning power. If you want to become a person who can generate more money, you must sharpen your communication skills. Improving your communication skills can actually make you more wealthy. Some people may have the ability to speak very well since birth. But if you carefully observe their speaking skills and the content of their speech, there are actually many aspects that we can use to learn and apply. Everyone can enhance their communication and speaking skills through practice. If you want to be a good talker and a master communicator, this video will give you 5 tricks, so remember to watch until the end. If this video proved to be useful to you, please share the video or subscribe to our channel, give a like and click on the bell icon. Communication Skills 1. Listening. Silence is sometimes more important than speaking. Wisdom actually comes from listening. You may be surprised to know that the first communication tip is not a suggestion of how to be very good at talking, but rather to know that being a good listener is actually more important. Oftentimes, the conversation can go on and on because both parties are exchanging stories from their minds. Give others the opportunity to talk even while you are communicating. Knowing how to listen allows you to build a trusting relationship, and the other person will feel that you are a trusted and respectable person. So those who know how to listen will gain respect. When former U.S. President Barack Obama was speaking to a mass audience, suddenly there was a voice of appeal. A man demanded that a certain policy related to immigration should not be passed. The escort and bodyguards were ready to dismiss the man. But just before the confrontation, Obama said he didn't need to throw the man out, but instead helped the man explain that he was just worried about his family. Obama said, "We should give each other respect and understanding." The media has reported afterwards that they appreciated Obama's ability to handle the crisis. Despite disagreeing with each other's opinions, he also knows how to respect each other's right to speak. Here is where it is most worthwhile to learn from. Whether it is a simple chat or a discussion and communication, we should respect each other's right to speak. What is the right time to stop talking and what is the right time to keep quiet during communication and conversation? Listening is one of these moments. Chatting is about interaction. Mutual sharing with each other. Listening and respecting is the same as opening your ears for the other person. Most of the wisdom in life comes from listening. Most regret comes from uncontrollable speaking. So in the course of a conversation, it is sometimes more important to stay silent than to speak. Communication skills 2. Asking the right questions. Ask questions at the right time to learn about the other person and to develop a sense of empathy with them. In fact, the key to showing someone that you do care about them is to make them feel that you are aware of what they are going through. The meaning of empathy is that you feel for the other person and share their feelings. However, it is important to emphasize that there are many ways to relate to each other's feelings. When talking or communicating, remember to be empathetic, not sympathetic. Sympathy carries with it the implication of pity and a sense of being on top of the other, which in turn will cause the other person to have negative feelings and more likely to cause them to shut themselves off and stop talking to you anymore. But asking questions without a purpose can be confusing to the other person. Some people don't even know what they want to ask when they ask questions because they don't listen carefully to the person and don't pay attention to what they are thinking. You can ask questions that can be answered easily by the other person, or questions that will allow the other person to continue to put things into context. When the other person is sharing a conversation with you, show them that you are interested in what they are saying and you want to know more. You can ask the person, "I'd like to hear more about what happened after that." Or you can confirm what the person is trying to convey by asking, "I understand that this project is very important to your company, right?" Point number 3, we are going to talk about response. During the conversation, we have to give response at the right time. There is a well-known host said when we are talking or communicating, we have to talk once, listen twice, and respond 3 times. Talk once and listen twice means to talk less and listen more. For respond 3 times means to give more positive responses to the person you are talking to. This will make the person want to talk more. When talking with a friend, we can look at the other person's eyes more often to listen to them without putting more pressure on them, so that we will be more engaged in the conversation and let them know that we are listening. Again, I will nod my head from time to time. If I am curious about the content, I will use, really, and then what happened, to express the emotion that I feel. You can practice and remind yourself of this consciously, and afterwards it will become a natural response in the conversation. The intentional reminder here is to allow yourself to show the reaction and not to keep the emotion inside. You don't have to exaggerate your reactions to please the other person, and you won't be embarrassed if you do it naturally. In general, we all like to talk to people who make us happy, so turn down your curiosity and your humor level, and the other party will be more willing to talk to you. So far, the first 3 tips are relatively passive. The next tips 4 and 5 are the part where you have to be more proactive in talking. Communication tip number 4 is about expression. Try to speak more concisely so that others will remember the key points. There are many situations during conversation or meetings that do not cater for lengthy content. For example, during class presentations, meetings, and briefings, try to remove unnecessary details so that people can remember the main points easier. If you need to convey a professional image, it is also much easier to do so. Keeping your speech short also has the advantage of reducing the likelihood that others will be offended. Repetitive and overly long statements are distracting. Humans are creatures who want to be heard, so when they get the chance to speak, they tend to speak overly long and dull. Some people have a tendency to speak too much at the wrong time. In marriages, meetings, and ceremonies, they worry that they might not be able to finish what they want to say, and when they get the chance to speak, they talk too much, but the content is actually repeated. This creates a burden on the audience. Moreover, repetitive or boring content deprives others of their precious time. To make your speech more concise, you can write down the key points in your phone before an important meeting to sort it out. You can also memorize keywords in your mind and use them to supplement your speech when you speak. The last communication tip number 5 that I would like to share is that when you try to offer advice, you should focus on the subject, not the person, and do not criticize others. Don't assume that your ideas are flawless all the time, and don't be biased and criticize others all the time. When you give advice to others, whether you take the initiative or someone else asks for it, you should always address the issue and not the other person. You can provide guidance, but don't turn it into finger-pointing. Or maybe someone else is trying to learn with an open mind, but you don't have to be arrogant. Besides, criticism can easily divert things from the original topic, cause a loss of focus, and transform into a personal attack. The speaker has no intention to insult, but the listener might get the wrong idea, and this causes conflict. It's human nature to pick on others, and it's much easier to use your mouth than your hands to do it. But this will only bring down one's integrity. It is important to expand your network and build good relationships with others. And when expressing your own opinions and ideas on facts that are not confirmed, it is important to tell each other that they are just personal opinions. People who can distinguish clearly between subjective ideas and objective truth will gain the trust of others because they can grasp the whole picture of things objectively. Let's review the 5 tricks to be a good talker and a master communicator. Firstly, silence is sometimes more important than speaking. Wisdom actually comes from listening. Ask questions at the right time to learn about the other person and to develop a sense of empathy with them. During the conversation, we have to give response at the right time. Try to speak more concisely so that others will remember the key points. Last but not least, when you try to offer advice, you should focus on the subject, not the person, and do not criticize others. Communicating with others is not just about skill, it's also about attitude. Skills need to be practiced, and attitude requires experience. Through my sharing, I hope you can also improve your communication skills, because people who know how to speak, know how to gather people around them and also strengthen their relationships, thus boosting their career and earning power. That's it for today's sharing. If you find this video helpful, please do share it around, maybe you can help out someone in need. You can also leave your thoughts and comment below. If you would like to watch a related content next time, please subscribe to our channel, give us a like and click on the bell icon.